Welcome to the speaking test of International English Language Testing System taking place at Medcity International Academy on Thursday, 17th November 2022. The center number is MIAK02, the examiner is Archana Suresh and the examiner number is 6652. The candidate is Shihana Binu and the candidate number is 3377. Good morning.
Good morning.
May I know your full name?
My name is Shihana Binu.
How may I call you?
Please call me Shihana.
Shihana, can I see your ID card?
Certainly. Here it is.
Thank you. So Shihana, speaking has 3 sessions and all the 3 sessions are recorded. Now let's start with the warm-ups. Where do you come from, Shihana?
I come from Kottayam, which is located in the southwest of Kerala.
Okay. Are you working or studying?
I'm a student. I recently finished my bachelor's in computer science. And right now I'm planning to do my master's abroad.
Okay. So why did you choose this profession?
Well, my childhood onwards, I was fascinated by the way computer works. And accordingly, after my 12th, I opted for computer science.
Okay. So now let's talk about names. Does anyone in your family have the same name as you?
No, I don't think so because my name is pretty unique. And that's the reason why my parents gave me this name.
Okay. So does your name have any meaning?
I'm not sure, but one of my friends told me that in Arabic, Shihana means princess.
Okay. So what name would you choose to give a child?
I like the name Saint because I'm a huge fan of Saint Malik, and in Urdu, the word Saint means beauty. So I might give the name Saint for a child.
Are some names more popular than others in your country?
Of course, in my country, names like Raj, Rahul, and Or are quite popular because these are all traditional Indian names.
Okay, so now let's talk about social media. How often do you use social media?
Well, I use social media on a regular basis because I love spending my spare time scrolling through Instagram reels or doing some TikTok videos.
Okay.
In fact, I'm a social butterfly.
Okay. Did you use social media more in the past?
Yes, when I was in my college, I had a lot of time at my disposal. So I used social media much more in comparison with the current stage.
Okay. So do you think your friends use social media too much?
Well, I can't say too much, but yeah, they use social media a lot. Because especially it's kind of irritating when I'm trying to have a good conversation with them and they are glued to the screen.
Okay. Would you like to work in social media in the future?
Definitely. I would like to work with companies like Google and Instagram because they offer a lot of benefits for their employees. And in fact, I can brag to my friends that I work in Google and all.
Okay, so the next topic is puzzles. Did you enjoy doing puzzles when you were a child?
Of course, when I was a child, my favorite puzzle was this jigsaw puzzle. It was actually a gift from my uncle on my 10th birthday.
Okay. Which do you find to do better? Word puzzles or number puzzles?
Anyone who knows me know that I'm not good at math, so definitely I'll go for that word puzzles because being like working with numbers is a daunting task for me.
Okay. So would you ever do a puzzle when you're traveling?
I don't think so because whenever I travel, even by using mobile phone, I'll get busy. So I don't think I might ever do a puzzle while I'm traveling.
Okay. So do you think doing a puzzle is a good way for old people to spend their free time?
Yes, it's actually a good way to spend their free time because in the case of older people, they'll have a lot of time on their hands, and if they are doing activities like puzzle, they'll be engaged in something rather than just ideally sitting at their home.
Medcity IELTS app, a complete learning solution. IELTS listening, reading, writing and speaking module lessons with grammar classes and free practice materials. Get over 50 hours of video lessons. Download Medcity IELTS app now. Available on Android and iOS platforms.
Okay, so that is the end of the first session. Now the second session is cue card. So you'll be given 1 minute for preparation and you can take notes if you wish. So your today's cue card is: describe a photo you took that you're proud of. The sub questions are: who or what was in your photo? when you took the photo, why you took it, and explain why you are proud of this photo you took. So you will be asked to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So here is your question. Here is your preparation paper and pencil. So your time for preparation starts now. So Shihana, your time is up. Are you ready?
Yes.
So your time to speak starts now.
Well, I enjoy taking pictures of random things on my phone. Among them, I like to talk about a photograph that I'm particularly proud of. When I was in my second year of college, there was a photography competition which I was really interested in participating. Despite my interest, I didn't enroll my name due to my lack of confidence. However, my best friend had high hopes for me and she gave my name to my class teacher. The whole thing was really nerve wracking because I had no clue what I should capture and submit for that competition. After some thought, I decided to capture the sunset because in my mind, I thought it would be really easy for me. However, it wasn't all roses. I used to click like hundreds and thousand pictures every day, and I even tried changing location, hoping that would help. But it was all for naught because I wasn't happy with any of the clicks of that sunset. And the deadline was approaching, and my stress level was automatically increasing because I had to submit a good picture for the competition. And the main thing is, if I don't appear in that competition, it would be like letting down my friend. Finally, on a weekend, I went to a beach with my cousins. And while my 5-year-old cousin was playing in the seashore, I just abruptly clicked a picture. Honestly, that picture looked magnificent. Him and the beach as and sun as background was everything I could ask for. Like when his face was hit by the sunset, it was totally divine. And within 2 or 3 weeks after submitting this photograph, I was announced as a winner. And at that moment, I was literally on cloud nine. And I even thanked my best friend for giving my name in that competition. Even today, when I think about that whole situation, I feel really proud about my accomplishment because my teachers congratulated me and my entire college was appreciating me and I was on stage.
Okay, Shihana, your time is up. Now let's move on to the third part of speaking, which is the follow up.
Medcity IELTS app, a complete learning solution. IELTS listening, reading, writing, and speaking module lessons with grammar classes and free practice materials. Get over 50 hours of video lessons. Download Medcity IELTS app now. Available on Android and iOS platforms.
What do you think are the reasons for people taking photos?
There are a multitude of reasons why people take photographs. Then the primary one is to capture the moment. Photography actually poses the moment, like it's like freezing the moment. And apart from that, it tells stories. Every human emotions like sorrows, happiness, excitement, and all have a place in photography. So photography actually expresses a storyline. It tells a story and it even communicates emotions that people can't express in their daily life.
Okay. So, do you think taking photos is the best way to remember family celebrations?
I won't say clicking photographs is the best way to remember family occasions because, in my personal opinion, it's always better if we are immersed in that moment. However, photography is a tool for retention. So it can enhance our memory on certain details. So it's kind of good if we photograph certain occasions, but it's not the best way.
Okay. So, do you think taking photos stops people from really enjoying an experience?
Definitely, the presence of photograph or a camera actually sullies the purity of that moment. Uh, for instance, if we are in a highly enjoyable place like a concert and all, and if we are constantly posing to click photographs, then we will be distracted from that present place where we are in.
Okay. So, what do you think people can learn about history from looking at old photos?
Well, photographs are an amazing source for learning more about history because it's actually an evidence of how people lived in the past. And like if we are reading a book and if we are acquiring knowledge about things like how the way people dressed and how the way people followed certain cultures and all, we might not get an in-depth knowledge. Whereas when we are looking at a photograph, we will get a visual representation.
Okay. So, do you think viewing history through photos can change how people think?
Yes, it can change people's perception on different things because, like I said before, it's a visual representation, and um, it can people can make comparisons on the belief and the actual thing by looking into a photograph. For instance, people in India are actually believed that, like people in India are believed all over the world for their traditional things like traditional attires and all. However, if we look into photographs of ancient women, we can see that they didn't even cover the upper bodies, which is completely contrasting to our beliefs.
Okay. So, do you agree that a photo records a moment in history better than words?
Yes, of course, photo records a moment in history better than words. Because, like I said before, it will give an in depth knowledge about things and we will get knowledge about certain details. Whereas if we are reading a book, then we will use our imagination to develop images. So, I guess it's always better if we record things.
Okay. So, what do you think are the negative effects of digital images being instantly available online?
The primary ill effect is that people will invade into others' privacy. Because if we are constantly uploading photographs, then people will know about what we are doing or the place we are in, which is like not cool in my personal opinion. Apart from that, people will have a tendency to interfere in their life because they know everything about certain person. And in addition to that, people might use our pictures for some kind of malpractices like moving and all, which isn't good.
Okay, Rana, that is the interview speaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
For more such exciting videos, download Medcity IELTS app.